the Environmental Impact Assessment Regulation, which is the law that governs the EIA process, basically is straightforward in terms of what type of project requires an EIA and what type does not. No, coastal development, most of them requires an EIA. So when we determine that, then we scope the magnitude of the project and develop a terms of reference for the study. The terms of reference is then approved and given to the developer, and he goes out and hire his independent consultant. They conduct the study and submit the document to the Department of Environment. Then, just to finalize the process now, the document is then reviewed by the National Environmental Appraisal Committee, or NEAC for short. And the composition of NEAC is heads of department of various government, within the government of Belize. These experts basically recommend to the department whether to grant clearance to a project or not. And if clearance is granted, an environmental compliance plan, which is a contract, is signed between the department and the developer, and then the developer can commence the project. If anyone knows of a development that is occurring that is in non-compliance, that person can call into the office, and we can go out and verify what is going on. We can't be everywhere at once, so we would appreciate that.
But John, public wouldn't know what non-compliance with particular respect to whatever project that's going up, to say, listen, this one is not complying with the EIA for that particular project. So
I agree.
that would be...
That is very good. In fact, that was a question that was brought up in the summit, and basically my response to it was that the department had foreseen this as an issue. So what we have done now is we are in the process of putting all the environmental compliance plan that has been signed on our website. You can go on our website, right, and you can download a particular ECP for a particular development, maybe around your area, and you can review the document and see if the project is in non-compliance or if they're in compliance. If there is not, then it is your responsibility to give us a call so that we can go out and monitor, right? And like I said, right, we can't be everywhere at once. So the way we monitor is there is some huge project. We call them worst polluters, but the name does not imply that they pollute a lot, but it means that they have the potential to pollute more. For example, and this is by sector. So you have the agricultural sector, you have the petroleum sector. So these are where I think a fair amount of monitoring goes on, right? The tourism sector is large and it has been ongoing. It is something that we constantly work on in terms of monitoring. But we do the best we can with the time we have and what we have available to us.
What are the penalties if they are caught not complying?
Well, there are various penalties. It depends on the violation. But the Department of Environment is, I have to stress this, I stress it in my presentation, that we are progressive. We always want to be better, right? Our laws is one of the most updated laws in Belize. We have our fines are the most stringent, right? Failure to comply with the EIA process, for example, was between $5,000 to $10,000. We took that up now to between $5,000 and $25,000.